Hello there, boys and girls. It's Crazy Ivan here. I'm just doing a offline cast for what was the semi-final game of the 1v1 Return of Rome First Championship tournament. I think this was played originally back on the 18th of October 2023, obviously, that you can tell hopefully from the graphic there. But unfortunately, this game was played like quite early in the day, and we couldn't really get a caster to cast the whole series. And I think Unrestricted did actually manage to cast like maybe the last couple of games or something like that of the series that was played. But we didn't have an actual VOD for the whole series. So I've taken the replay files here, and I'm just going to do like this offline little cast, just for the sake of like the archives, if anyone wants to go back and watch these series. But obviously, that's why you're here if you are here. um, and yeah, like I said, this was the semi-final game between Cool and ACCM, and it was a best of 9 game. And I actually have the drafts here that they had, and we can actually go back through and sort of play through what they did. Like I said, I know the result of this game. I know who won, but I don't actually know what civs were played, what maps were played, who won which map. I can't even remember exactly what the actual score of the series was either. Excuse me. But we'll see. As for always for this tournament, Highland is the first map by default, and then players get to pick 4 maps each for this one. So there's 9 maps overall, and then it's just whoever loses the last map gets to pick the next map. And let's have a look and see what they picked. With ACCM getting the first pick here. So he went for Gold Mountain as his first map, and I feel like I've seen this map picked a few times. Actually Ocean Ring, but it doesn't seem to get played that often. But Ocean Ring's quite interesting from Cool. This is like one of my favourite new maps from RTR. I'm terrible at playing it, but I like casting it because of how different all the games tend to be on it. We had Oasis and Conti and Inland from Cool. So going with the sort of water maps, Citadels has been quite a popular map in the tournament, and Coastal as well. So it was only, well, I guess he took all the water maps he could, with just rivers missing that. So Cool going, yeah, maybe just likes those hybrid and water maps, and ACCM going for the more just land maps, and then, like I said, the closed map, the Citadel. I feel like Oasis has dropped out of. I can't remember seeing that many Oasis games. I think that might have dropped out of favour a little bit. But then we have the Civ draft, and so in a best of 9, potentially we'd need 18 civs, but since there's only 17 civs in the game, we actually automatically but give both players the Shang, and they get to draft from the rest. These first 2 picks are hidden, so it is possible that we get another shared civ, but otherwise, like I said, if we didn't give them the Shang, it's possible that we get to the last pick and there wouldn't be enough civs left to do it. So we can play through this. And just having a quick look before I start, I wouldn't be surprised if the Minoans get picked pretty early on, as I think on the current patch they're just the clear best civ on like the more water focused maps. Continental sometimes is decided by just like the land as well. So, but Minnows on coastal and ocean ring especially are extremely strong. In fact, Mediterranean didn't get picked as well. I just realised. So that was another water there map that Cool missed. But so yeah, Minoans. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see one there at the top. Although again, Latviat being a very strong civ, that probably appears in there as well. In fact, there we go. So we actually got both players picking Latviat, and yeah, Minoans by Cool. That makes complete sense to me. And then yeah, Yamato. As like I said, you probably want to be grabbing some of these good water maps. So Syrians feels like I don't like the Syrians, but Hittites and Egyptians. Hittites can be good for the closed maps, and their water bonus +1 range only now in the tool age, not as strong. Egyptians can be pretty nice with citadels though. Persians again can be quite nice with the hybrid maps with a strong start and the fast attacking scout ships. Chosen again, I'm not really sure. I don't really like the Chosen so much. Phoenicians is just a nice civ on all the maps, so I quite like that civ. And Carthaginians looks like pretty speedy picks here. So yeah, I'll just as we ran through very fast at the end there, Carthaginians can be pretty nice on some of the water maps just because that extra starting resources can sometimes help them get into the water quite quickly. And then how does this work? So it was Phoenicians and Carthaginians, then Romans and Macedonians. I guess just two of the better civs of the civs that were left, which left Greeks actually open for potentially they're quite strong in the Citadel map. I think most people consider Egyptians and Hittites to be two of the strongest there. But Greeks could be, and Greeks with the faster ships as well, could be just another pick for the water, with Babylonians as the last pick. I quite like Babylonians on the closed maps, but I feel like Cool already has these two civs here, so Babylon's going a bit further down, and then Palmyreans. So in fact, that means Cimmerians was the only civ that didn't get picked because they both ended up picking this same civ here, so one was left over. And again, I'm not sure I like the earlier Syrians or Chosen really from ACCM. So I think I've got to say, especially with the Minoans here, with the number of water maps we have, that probably, these first 5 civs here, I think I prefer these much more for Cool. So for me, Cool got the far stronger draft here. But no waiting around, I'll just get straight into the first game, which as per usual is the Highland map. So let me just load that up for you guys, and I can hop us straight into Capture Age, I believe. And we can get ourselves into game 1 of, like I said, potentially 9-game series, so best of 9. Between ACCM and Cool. And interestingly here, ACCM has decided to pick the Chosen straight away on Highland. I was going to say, like I said, both players get the Shang, and we've seen quite a lot of Shang versus Latviat matchups on Highland in this tournament so far. But yeah, ACCM opting to go with neither the Latviat or the Shang here. I guess this does mean he gets to save them for later in this series. And the Chosen do have the quite nice spike right at the start of the Tool Age, with the higher HP on their axes and the cheaper storage pit techs to give them those extra upgrades as well. But I think I tend to just prefer just the nicer earlier eco of the Latviat here. Because that's the thing about the Chosen, is like they get that nice spike in the Tool Age, but they don't have anything in the Stone Age to like really get them to that spike before some others. So sometimes you can't get that to work unless you have like a really clean early game. That said though, ACCM looks like he's going to find the elephants in the middle of the map first. And he does find one of the extra ones. It's always these two in the middle. Ooh, he's aggroed the crocodile as well here though, which could make this a little bit awkward. Okay, I think with the elephant blocking there, he's probably going to be alright. Does grab another one. Maybe doesn't feel safe grabbing this second one here. Looks like Cool's going to be a little bit late to the party, but ACCM leaving that second one in the middle. Although Cool, is a little bit off the mark. Maybe finds it now. Oh man, just the classic one tile off. You hate to see it. Surely he's going to find it though. Or not. Maybe he just thinks, because he's scouted most of it, maybe he just thinks ACCM's already grabbed him. And it looks like, it looks like ACCM sent out another village. It's just aggroed the croc again. Does capture the artifact. Just give him a little bit of exploration. Does manage to drop aggro on the crocodile there. And oh, there we go. Cool's finally going to find an elephant. So he finds one of his own one there. The other one. Oh, he's already found the other one down there as well. So he's got a couple of. He's found his own elephant at least. You always start with 2 spawning around your base, although he's not tagging it for some reason. I'm going to get it now. There we go. And yeah, still a couple in the middle though, and another elephant for ACSM is down here if he does manage to find that one. Looks like he's going a little bit. Looks like he's already trying to find his opponent already. And as we know with the God Vision, we can see that Cool is down here. So this, I mean, like I said, the Chosen do get that early spike, so looks like it's just going to be a forward attempt from ACCM here. Let's have a look. We're on 19 vills now. 4 in queue for Cool, so I wouldn't be surprised if a few of those got cancelled. But yeah, 19 vills for ACCM, and now it looks like he's trying to save up that food. He's still quite a long way off, though. So it's going to be quite a bit of that. Yeah, it's already 30 seconds, and 2 food off for... Okay, the refinery clicks now. A little bit of idle time for Cool, but yeah, Cool onto 20 villagers and is way earlier to click. And actually, is this 40 villager going to get spotted here? It does get spotted, and this puts... Oh, it doesn't even have the wood yet. But yeah, this is going to not be great for ACCM's forward. In fact, it looks like, yeah, 2 more villagers coming forward now. Hill advantage for ACCM, but I think Cool's already done enough damage that that's not going to change that outcome there. Looks like barracks in defense for Cool. I guess he's just assuming that maybe there are some forward shenanigans. Oh, Cool does finally grab that middle elephant. Barracks goes down in the middle of the map for ACCM. And I feel like he's got to know that Cool is in this area of the map now, especially because he's searched there. But then, like, the other villager finding him there. But yeah, Clapper's already in defense for Cool, and he's going to hit the tool age faster. So like I said, in this particular matchup, I feel like I just prefer the eco bonus, early eco bonus to the lack VR with the big amount of idle time difference. Only just hitting the tool age now, and what's this? It's already an archery range in, and only 1 clubber on the field, and archery range for ACCM as well. As Cool goes, trying to get those walls down as quickly as possible here. It's still open on this side, but he's going to be able to get that house up. I don't think... Yeah, that tree's blocking it off, so that stone wall isn't needed there. But he does need to close this off if he wants to be fully closed in. He's actually got a nice wood line right to the side of the map there. And probably want to spread these villagers out a little bit if he wants to. It looks like this Axa here is going to get round. But if we see... Axis popping out for Cool. I didn't see what upgrades he doesn't actually have any storage pit upgrades yet. He does have a bow. In fact, he went for the arm. Oh no, that's the lack VR bonus. But he is going for the arm on the archer straight away as well. Does lose an axe there. In fact, 2 archery ranges already down for ACCM. So he's going to try and push on the pressure here. And in fact, Cool's already responding with adding in a slinger. And sort of few units just being lost either side at the moment. I think Cool still doesn't have... Yeah, doesn't have any AXA upgrades. ACCM does have the armor in, which will help axe the AXA, but obviously doesn't do anything against the bows. A few bows on the front for ACCM. A second archery range now, and the market coming up for Cool. But yeah, a couple of slingers is definitely going to help here. With all that pierce armor and the bonus damage the slingers do to the archers. 2 versus 5 might be a little bit too much of a uphill battle though. I think looks like Cool lost his units on the outside of the wall there, so house actually going to go down here. And I think Cool has the numbers to defend this though, especially with the addition of the slingers. Like I said, they can tank quite a few shots if you get them up front, which we normally have the slightly shorter range. They normally do stand in front of the bows. I do quite like this combination of the slinger and bowman. Excuse me, sorry. And only just the 1 slinger for the time being. I wouldn't mind. Oh, actually, he's run out of stone. That's why I guess, yeah, trying to get those walls up. So actually, yeah, adding slingers would be nice, but yeah, he doesn't have the stone for it. And stone is forward, so yeah, it looks like he's just going to have to settle for archers. Maybe, well, you wouldn't really want to add axes in at this point, just into bows. But yeah, again, this extra addition of the slinger, I think just looks like, okay, 3 archery range. I was going to say better pump for Cool, but it looks like maybe he's just winning the trades here. You can see in the KD there. And in fact, it looks like ACCM might have lost a villager to an elephant or something at some point. As Cool cleaning up in the middle now. And woodworking coming in as well. So it's going to be pretty nice for Cool. In fact, something I've just noticed now, 30 to 19 So huge eco lead for Cool as he actually finds another patch of berries at the side there, which is going to be quite nice for him. ACCM is actually yoinking the ones on the front, I've just noticed as well, using those forward villages at least. But yeah, looks like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was ACCM went up on 19 vills, so he's just been going all in since then. He's moving on to the granary now, so he doesn't have to spend the wood on farms for the time being. But yeah, with military count even, the eco massively advantage of Cool here. Got to think he's in a pretty good position to deletes a house here to let the bows out. He's got another force here, and this could be a pretty big fight. Slinger is in for ACCM, so actually this could tilt the fight a bit. Like I said, these slingers are very, very strong into the bowman. Cool is just focusing down his opponent's bows though, and looks like he will be able to win this fight. A little bit of micro back and forth from both players. Cool, maybe a little bit pushed. Like I said, the slinger is just doing work here, but okay, he does finally pick it off. ACCM trying to add another slinger zone, like he hasn't spent any stone. He's not walled himself up back home, so he can still keep adding those in here. But military numbers, yes, ever so slightly tilting more and more in favour of Cool. Word working is in for ACCM. No, that's probably maybe one that, yeah, Cool probably identified that he had the extra range advantage there, which probably gave him the edge in those fights. But yeah, 32 vills now to the 19, and yes, this is looking like, yeah, I guess maybe we had a game pause here, but just because it's the replay, we don't get the pauses. But I imagine what that was there. But yeah, 15 bows now. So he does have the slingers, but he doesn't have any food left. Well, he's pumping bows still. And this could be the fight that decides the game. Yeah, I think Cool has a pretty good numbers advantage here. So if he can close this out, like I said, no real food left for ACCM. A little bit of micro back and forth, but I think just the weight of numbers here is gonna, I don't know, it's pretty close actually. And I think just reinforcements coming in for Cool. No, okay, yeah, we go. It's fairly even for a bit, and GG is called. Like I said, I think, yeah, ACCM was like on the brink of the resources, and you could probably tell him the score as well. That's interesting. Yeah, it's got like, it's just like, these must be like AoE 2 ranks, because nobody has a rating that high in AoE 1. But anyway, yeah, just like I said, the Chosen, they do have that early tool spike, but that only applies really to, I guess, I was going to say the axes, but I guess they get the cheaper storage techs for scouts as well if they want to go for that option. But once those techs are in, they're not really like that initial bump if you're not getting a huge advantage there, which ACCM definitely didn't. I guess he did get that villager caught out, so he didn't maybe get down that barracks as early as he liked. They had to resort to having a barracks a little bit in the middle of the map there, just so that it was up in time for Tool Age to come in. And yeah, the Latviat stronger economy, I think, helping ACCM, Cool, I should say, just keep adding villages. And in the end, a nice victory for Cool there. So 1-0 to Cool. So he takes an early lead. But like I said, it's a best of 9 series, so could still potentially have a long way to go. And like I said, I didn't actually see these games myself, so I'm not exactly sure who wins what when. I just know the overall winner at the end of the day, but I will keep that to myself for the time being. I might just have to restart Capture Age, as it often likes to do the little sound bug before I launch the second game. Actually, I'll take us back to the draft before I do that, just so I can tick this off like I normally do when I'm normally casting. So we did see Cool winning on the Latviat. Actually, we don't have Shang on here, but just imagine we had our Shang when they eventually get picked. But they beat the Chosen. And again, I'm a little bit surprised Chosen got picked here, because I think at this point, yeah, Phoenicians was still an option. And I'd take Phoenicians over Chosen any day of the week. on any map, I think, really. I don't know what map I'd prefer, if any. Yeah, well, I mean, I just quite like the Phoenician, so maybe I'm just a little bit biased there. And we'll get ourselves onto the second map, which I guess we can check, or maybe I'll check what the second map was so I can mark that off. Oop. Actually, no, I'll just load up the replay. We'll just do it that way. So I'm just not bumbling around, just get straight into it. So just get straight into game 2 here. And looks like we're on Oasis. So like I said, I don't think... I saw this map a few times in the earlier stages of the tournament. But I feel like in the sort of playoff stage, it kind of didn't really get picked as much. But we do see the Assyrians now picked for ACCM, which was another choice that I didn't really like from him. And Carthaginians, with their extra resources at the start, being picked on the Oasis map here, which I don't mind that. Like I said, potentially they could have been saved for one of the more hybrid maps where the starting wood is quite nice for trying to get that dock up early. Ooh, looks like ACCM's already found himself a couple of elephants though, so that's pretty nice for him. But yeah, with this map being quite open, just having a strong early game civ is always nice here. Assyrians, they do get the slightly faster moving villagers, and they do get the very, very slightly faster attacking bows in the tool age. But for me, now that bow bonus has been nerfed to only 11% in the tool age, and I feel like the Assyrians is still one of the weaker civs in the game. I feel like just lacking Slinger in the early game, not having any real eco bonus is just too much of a downside for them at the moment. Looks like Cool's doing a lot of exploration here in the early game though, and does find the elephant here. Of course, there are quite a lot of elephants scattered around in this map. He's going to find that one as well. He's going to go just like keep searching further afield, potentially. He's got another couple of elephants here, so they're quite nice when he does find those. Looks like, is that the classic 1 tile? Oh, not quite. That's like 3, I guess. He's just going to go for the gazelle push instead. Villager coming out for ACCM does find another elephant, so at least he is finding a few of those for his early game here. But again, I don't know if this is just going to be another case of just Cool having the stronger Stone Age civ, giving him just enough of an early advantage. So I'm just going to take a swig of my drink. If I wasn't lazy, I'd edit this sort of thing out at the end, but I think this VOD's probably going to end up being quite long, so you'll just have to make do. Yeah, so 3 elephants found already for ACCM. Let's have a look on the villager numbers. Like I said, a little bit of idle time for ACCM. Not a huge amount, but that's like essentially a half villager advantage for Cool at the moment. And like I said, you should expect Carthaginians with the extra starting resources to be able to click a little bit earlier, or at least have a little bit less idle time on the TC. And we've actually got villager way forward, I've just noticed, from Cool. That's an artifact up there. Sometimes the yellow sort of blends in a bit on these desert maps. And potentially a forward from ACCM as well. Again, I see this from Cool a lot, where he just has like a huge stack of villagers and ends up cancelling. Which, I mean, I guess that's better than having an idle TC. So, but yeah, I expect a few of those will get cancelled there. And ACCM is going for 20 vills at least this time. But yeah, villager forward for both players, and first storage pit out from ACCM on the main wood line. Whereas actually Cool's got a nice spot there with the stone as well, and he's actually pushing those gazelles towards that. So it could be quite nice. In fact, oh, I didn't even see that. Villager forward gets spotted. So that's going to be pretty bad for ACCM if he was trying to go for some forward action. Actually, I've just noticed here, 43 seconds idle for Cool, and it's going to be about... So actually, only really 11-second advantage, which was just from the same advantage from that early game. So Calf maybe not giving him as much of an early bonus. Ooh, is this going to get spotted? Wow, okay. How has he got away with this? So he had 2 more villagers forward from ACCM, but they narrowly missed this barracks going up here. And that villager is forced to run home as these 2 come forward. Barracks already being up, double barracks now. So this is gonna be trouble for ACCM. Yeah, that artifact got captured there. And so yeah, Cool's probably going to know that that's more or less where ACCM's base is. I don't know if like I can just see this because of capture age, or if he, like Cool can see it as well. But yeah, it looks like he knows exactly where he is. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, AXA and armor straight in. That's what I like to see. Actually, tower as well. So he can have a couple of defensive towers. He finds his second berries there. And Clubber is, well, soon to be AXA is going to be in on ACCM. Two Clubbers out and AXA coming out for oh, sorry, yeah, for Cool, I should have said, and then for ACCM. But actually, two archery ranges forward. Clubber, I don't think has any upgrades though, so that's just going to get boned down by the villagers. And 10 idle villagers in the TC. I think some of these are going to get picked off. But double archery range forward, so trying to go for the Assyrian just full bowman. If Cool can get a defensive barracks though, maybe just start making some slingers though, I think that should keep him safe for the time being. But I think, well, the bigger problem for ACCM actually is at the front. One villager goes down, villagers being forced to run. And like I said, he has the two archery ranges, but I don't think he's going to have the food to keep pumping from both of them. And yeah, slingers coming out. Actually, I think this is from the forward barracks. So I don't know if this is going to be bringing these slingers back to just try and defend the bowman. And I just doesn't quite see those villagers there. There we go, it does now. Those are forced to jump back in the TC again. Those villagers do manage to find an extra patch of berries, which is quite nice. But yeah, a couple of watchtowers are basically going to stop the bows completely. Yeah, just defend the stone miners. Quite a lot of villagers on stone here actually, but yeah, just pumping those slingers now, which is a very sensible play. Stone mining in as well. And at this point, this is where it just feels really bad for the Assyrians in the Tool Age. Like I said, they don't get the slinger themselves once the stone mining's in. I mean, the Assyrian player can try and get woodworking in, and yes, he might be able to pick up a couple of villages there. In fact, he already has picked up 2. There's 3, so that's not bad for ACCM. And he's actually going to wall in the TC. So maybe... I mean, can you still jump out the corners in RTR? I don't know if that's a thing you can do or not. That one villager is going to escape though. But yeah, so some villager kills. And AXA is just hitting the house. There we go. I don't think ACCM is paying attention here. I guess the Assyrian bonus of fast villagers is slightly helping. Oh, got build block there though. Saxman's probably going to be able to take out all these villages here. Oh, looks like ACCM is managing to do some damage though. Tower is going to take a long time to go up. 2 villagers, 3 villagers, 4 villagers get picked off here. So in fact, 5 villagers. I mean, both players just getting absolutely murdered here. 16. Looks like ACCM must have added in some villagers at some point. Just because it's 16 to 12 now and he lost 9 of them. Slinger is gonna get, I was gonna say hold, but it's actually just getting kited, so that was quite nice for ACCM. So okay, I thought ACCM was in trouble here, but actually he's got the slight edge at the moment as there's action all over the place. And 7 villagers are a little bit trapped inside the walls here. Town centre does get deleted though. That's Cool, rebuilds it over here and puts up another tower defence. Like I said, Cool's been mining a lot of stone here instead of focusing on his other resources. It's just all of he's got 11 vills. So I don't know where the last one is for him. Maybe it's his forward vill. And just houses trying to go up in defence, but they're pretty easy to take down. Where did all the slingers go? Slingers are just hitting the TC. Like I said, these guys finding the berries here was pretty nice for ACCM. Let's have a look-see. So 13 vills, so actually a couple of those must have got picked up again somewhere. Maybe those are just the ones around the TC. And I feel like these axes are eventually going to be able to work their way in. Like I said, Tower's doing a good job of just defending this little pocket of villages Cool has. Like I said, there's 10 villagers here. I'm not sure exactly where the 11th villager is. Okay, we're building on the granary. There we go, found it. Oh, axes nearly getting in there though. But 13 fills to 11. ACCM, like I said, not doing too badly though, but I don't know if he's ever going to be able to crack this little base that Cool has. Cool has a couple of farms down. Like I said, the berries going to very slowly, and yep, okay. A couple of slingers though to defend against the bows. So actually, that's gone pretty awkwardly. I say that though. I think this is literally all the army Cool has left. Axe is probably going to be able to help clear up the slingers. I think maybe lost a few too many bows here, though, was the problem. As I say that, though. Oh, a couple of slingers do come out, though. I don't know how to call this, really. It feels like... I mean, the score is still saying Cool. And it looks like... I don't know, ACCM feels like he's won all of the trades in the last couple of minutes. Those berries do run out though, which is gonna be a little awkward for the economy of ACCM. I don't know if he's trying to just find the elephant there, but he does have enough wood for a storage pit. Okay, that works out for him. But yeah, this game has turned very, very messy. I thought Cool, just getting those axes in, was going to be able to just put this game to rest. Actually, Cool. ACCM's taking these berries for himself, slowly plugging away at that watchtower there with a single bowman. Cool. Maybe trying to claim this back. Actually, does have the armor. He doesn't have the armor, so these villagers can just bone down the bowman here. Oh, actually, he's going to try and finish the tower instead. Villagers go for that. I feel like just trying to kill the bow was the better thing to do there. The tower is going to go up. He's going to be able to garrison those villagers in there. So actually, a couple of nice villager kills for Cool, and he'll reclaim the berries here. He's moved a couple of villagers onto the berries on this side as well. So okay, so actually Cool are back in the lead of villagers again. This game's been pretty mad. Oh, this is pretty bad though for ACCM. A couple of axes are going to be able to. Well, I guess, like I said before, Assyrian faster vill bonus maybe helping him out here to try and outrun almost certain death. He actually goes back for the elephant. Maybe that's the right thing to do, just grab as much food as you can. Cool actually gives up on that. And Bowman going to be a bit of a nuisance hit. The thing about towers is they're pretty good into bows, but they can't move. So the bow can just sit there and deny the berries. But ACCM still has a pretty nicely sized military. But now, okay, might see a little bit of a fight here. Only one slinger though means I think this goes in ACCM's favour pretty convincingly. In fact, that the slinger gets clapped on the back there. So, I mean, 15 vills for Cool to 10 now. I think he must have added an extra couple of those. Also wasn't noticed because I feel like it's on 13 before. That bow there is going to go. Okay, does manage to move it away in time. So yeah, this game has descended into madness somewhat here. And, I mean, the tower... Ooh, okay. Just going to finish our defensive barracks. So this is probably for some slingers maybe for Cool, just to fend off the bows. I see I'm going to lame the deer here. No, a couple of them at least. It doesn't have the food for it. Oh no, it does. Okay, fair enough. Don't know exactly. Excuse me, where that food came from. Ooh, tower already up here for Cool though, and ACCM only just notices now, and does lose a villager there. So okay, yeah. So I was going to say it would have been out to 9, but he did manage to create another one. Slingers here though, might be able to pick some villagers off. They're being chased down by the bows, and yes, I'm just trying to. There's a lot little pockets of action everywhere. Like I said, this game's become very messy, being below or very close to 20 pop for both players for most of the game. But yeah, it looks like Cool just getting those towers out early has ended, or like mining that stone early, I should say, allowed him to get that to, well, he's got 5 towers here now. It's allowed him to defend himself. And I think now it feels like, even though ACCM has the 15 military units, it feels like, yeah, 20 evils now for Cool. The Eco's slowly getting back on its legs. Towers, like I said, been very nice here to get control of just these little berry patches around the map. And just one bow in the corner there, just chilling. Deletes the wall here. I'm not exactly sure why. But yeah, just Cool adding in the villagers now, and the slingers as well. Like I did say earlier, the slingers do feel like they just completely shut down the Assyrian player in the Tool Age, and I can't imagine this game really ever does leave the Tool Age. Yeah, about a bunch of slingers coming in here again. Still an Axer, which can be a little bit of an annoyance to the slingers. Most of the slingers do have stone mining though, they can usually just like focus down axes, but Cool's going to lose. He trades 1 for 1, well I guess 1 for 2 will be after this second slinger goes down. But yeah, he's getting the walls up as well, so yeah, Cool just solidifying himself on the map here. There's one bow here is going to be a bit annoying. I guess, yeah, Cool doesn't quite see that. But he will do now. So just, yeah, just one slinger will clear this up though pretty easily. And how many slingers? Just the one. Oh, there's another one here. In fact, we've got 2 here, hidden away. So 3, including the one in barracks. That archer bowman goes down. And yeah, I feel like this game, I mean, Cool's gonna clear up this barracks, but I feel like just the eco weight of Cool. ACCM is starting to get back up and running again. Armour upgrade for infantry finally coming in at 28 minutes 40. And this has been a very, very strange game of Oasis. Oh, is that... Okay, 1 for 1. I thought maybe the high ground would let the bow just live there, but I guess just the bonus damage of the slinger being too effective. But yeah, just like nice little wall encompassing basically all of Cool's base now. It has most of those farms up and running. Cool does try and tack the tower here. In fact, he killed all the villagers as well, so a little bit sloppy by Cool. But Cool's gone switched onto the scouts, which I hadn't noticed, which is going to be pretty effective into the bows. A few axes though, with the axes with the bonus damage against cavalry. It's going to be a little bit awkward, but the mobility of the cavalry here should mean that Cool was able to pick off maybe a few loose archers or villagers that he does find. Yeah, there's a little pocket here. I'm just going for a run again. But oh, there we go. I think that was a villager. Not 100%. Let's have a look. See, yeah, villagers going forward with a few axes. I guess there's a couple of elephants here that, and in fact, there's still the berries here that Cool has yet to try and claim. And yeah, ACCM does see this, so yeah, no storage pit comes down. In fact, there's a 3rd elephant there, so it's quite a lot of food's worth of elephants. But yeah, 35 villagers to 22. The game carries on. This is pretty crazy. I don't know. Surely ACCM doesn't bring this. Oh, okay. Scouts in here though. That's going to be. Although there is a single axer, but I think the mobility of the scouts should be able to give this to Cool here. Yeah, bowman goes down. A couple of vills go down, and I mean, Cool knows these villagers are here now, so if these slingers just come and, yep, there we go, come along, clear this up. Axes go to dive under the tower, which Cool does see that this time. One of the Axes is going to go down, just about. But yeah, scouts running around now is a real problem for ACCM. It does have 8 villagers hidden in here, but okay, his farm's being protected by the bows, at least. And let me just see when the alarm's going off. There's an Axer up here. Axer over here. 39, our Bronze Age is coming in. So, I did say I thought this was going to be ended in the tool. Didn't expect the game to keep going for this long. I think probably ACCM will tap out when the Bronze Age comes in. As I can't see him getting to the Bronze Age himself anytime soon. I don't think there were any villagers around that storage pit. I think that was just from a little while ago when there was those like gazelle and that one earth in there. Scout in though. Don't think it's going to get any kills. No, not for now. And woodworking finally coming in and domestication as well. For Cool. Another stable comes down. Yeah, he's mining gold. So yeah, just oh, he's already got a couple of stables here. So it's going to be cavalry, I imagine. And Carthaginians do get the free nobility if you build the government centre. But I think this is probably just going to be GG as soon as the Bronze Age comes in. Like I said, it's just ACCM just nowhere near the Bronze Age himself. And do we see the GG? Nah, GG's called. There we go. So that was absolute insanity for 35 in-game minutes. Like I said, we're going all the way back. I thought these forward barracks and the Axes were going to be enough to just send this game to bed pretty quickly, and I was thinking it was going to be another fairly quick game. But the double archery range forward, even with the towers going up, like I said, I guess it was just, yeah, where did Cool lose all those villagers? Let me just... Because yeah, it didn't like all kick off all of a sudden. Okay. Ah, okay. So he did try to, yeah, he tried to go for these, and he lost all the villagers there. And that game made the game interesting. And then from that point on, there was like a lot of trading back and forth with villagers, and then just the madness that ensued. I think, yeah. Actually, I think if I go back, yeah, 12 villagers, 10 villagers at 20 minutes in. By the end of the game, 39 villagers for Cool. I mean, ACCM manages to get himself back up to 30, but that's including all the time for Cool to get up to Bronze Age. And yeah, you can see there's a couple of cavalry in queue, and those would have just be able to clear up all the Tool Age units and just pick ACCM apart. So there we go, 2-0 for Cool, as he extends his early lead even more. And I will quickly take us back to the draft screen just to update that for us. So we went to Oasis, and so ACCM probably likely to pick one of his maps again, and we saw what did we see? Carthaginians beating the Assyrians. Again, both these civs wasn't a huge fan of from ACCM here, and he has lost on both of those now. Both players still have the Shang left, and ACCM also has Lac Viat left, which is going to be not quite nice for him. We'll see. Actually, this gives ACCM a pretty nice Gold Mountain, because Gold Mountain is very strong for Lac Viat just from the amount of berries that are just scattered around that map. Means the Lac Viat can just search around the map, just keep gathering those berries instead of having to worry about farms in the early game, if you can keep those berries protected. But that should be a nice advantage for ACCM there, so maybe he does go for the Gold Mountain map. I'm just going to restart my capture age because once again it's doing the little sound bug, and then I'll get us into game 3. We'll see if ACCM does mount a bit of a comeback here. And where is game 3? There it is. I'm going to load that up and get us straight in. So it's actually Alliance we go to now, which is another of ACCM's maps. And ACCM using the Persians here. I can't remember the rest of his draft, even though I just looked it off the top of my head. But I was saying maybe the Persians get reserved for one of the water maps. Like I said, they do get the faster firing galley line, which can be quite nice, along with a reasonably nice hunting bonus in the early game. And Phoenicians here for Cool. And it looks like ACCM running straight to the middle of the map to try and grab as many elephants as he can. A little bit of an awkward middle of the map. In fact, we're missing an elephant here. 1, 2, 3. Feel like, because both players should have 2. That's 2 for ACCM. Maybe there is only just 2 in the middle of the map on this map. I'm used to it. Yeah, maybe it's a slightly different spawn from Highland. I'm just getting slightly confused at it. So ACCM, I feel like he's searching for elephants, but he's not found any yet. Now, obviously, for the Persians, that's a pretty big part of their early game, is trying to find as much hunt as possible. Elephants are a big part of that. Phoenicians just have the quite nice, faster gathering wood bonus as well. I guess they can also hold more wood, is a less talked about part of that bonus, which means they actually just have to move less as well. So very nice bonus for the eco there. Little bit stronger as you start working into the Tool Ages. Food is the most important resource in the Stone Age, of course. Looks like ACCM did find one of the elephants, but he narrowly missed. Classic one-tile miss on the elephant there. Cool. Always seems to be slightly late to checking the middle of the map. So it looks like he's going to miss out on any middle map elephants. Does see one of his own here, though. And if he is fortunate, he might be able to find that one up there as well later. Looks like ACCM may be going on another scouting run as well. Maybe he finds his elephant, which are here and here. It looks like he is going to... I mean, he finds his berries at least, but yeah, he's going to just miss that. Unless this is the forward villager coming out already. Looks like Cool. Just doing a little bit more scouting. I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs this elephant there and brings it back. And similar idle time at the moment. And let's have a look at the vills. So we're at 16. And we'll see if we have any less than 20 vill uptimes. One thing I didn't mention, which I have said in other series though, where Alliance has played, is Alliance is one of the interesting maps where the spawns are like always this, like you always know exactly where your opponent is because they're always exactly opposite from you on the map. So ACCM using that to his advantage, so that village is coming forward for a paint. Doesn't have enough wood for the market yet. In fact, he's a little bit short on food again. Hopefully this villager doesn't get spotted. Cool, just still doing a little bit of scouting. See him actually finds Cool's other elephant. Is he just going to nick that? Is he going to take that all the way home, or is he just going to try and deny it? I'd be very surprised if he takes that all the way back. Actually, 21 vills for ACCM. And he's actually doesn't have another building. He's not built a storage pit yet. That's a very clumsy mistake from ACCM. It's going to delay his uptime by quite a bit. As that said, Cool with 55 seconds idle as well. Oh, 19 vills up though. And this villager... Did he see that elephant moving the whole time? I'm not sure actually. Oh, okay. Looks like ACCM got the first hit though. He's Cool going to get the high ground. ACCM just keeps dropping aggro on this elephant here. Like you can see, you have to stay within that line of sight. Otherwise, the elephant drops aggro on you there. And it looks like that's going to prevent... Oh, I say that. Well, it's going to stop ACCM from making a forward. A little house just blocking in the gap there. But Cool does drop down the barracks. I mean, ACCM did see that... I mean, obviously they hit each other with the villagers. ACCM coming very, very close to killing that elephant by accident here. But yeah, a little bit awkward. Tool Ages from both players there. And Tool Age does come in now. 19 villagers, but with basically a minute idle time. Walled straight away from Cool, as is his usual play. Normally likes to try and wall up and just... okay, I was going to say not massively put a shell in, but just make a few military units. But he is actually going to make the stable here. I think this is going to get spotted pretty instantly, though. ACCM, is he going to be able to deny that? No. Goes up. Has quite a bit of food in bank, actually, as we see some hits coming out. Tool working just coming in now. Looks like these clubbers are just for an early bit of pressure, but it is actually just the scout rush, because we don't see the AXA or the infantry armor. This forward villager, though, probably going to get killed. And actually scouts for ACCM as well. Persians do have the faster working stable as well as the hunt bonus, which does make them one of the better civs capable of doing the scout rush. One scout here. I think Cool is pretty much fully walled, though, as we do see a couple of units in. Was that just the villager? I think that might have been a villager. 2 villagers did go down, though, at some point. So it looks like the remains there. And yeah, these scouts going to be very annoying. I don't think they armor in, though, so ACCM could just focus down these scouts if he has like a bunch of villagers. Axes also do the bonus damage to the scouts as well. So yeah, maybe ACCM maybe taking a bit too more damage than he really needs to. Going to get a couple of nice picks here at the on this berry patch here, though. As Cool is not focusing on this bit. So again, it's just going to be kills back and forth. Cool already down to 16 vills. So actually looking slightly better for ACCM at the moment. And it's turned to another slightly messy game. I guess the rest of Cool's base is fully walled, though. It's just those villagers behind the berries that were vulnerable. Scouts still running around the base, picking villagers off here and there, though. And yeah, the scouts can be very annoying to deal with. They are an expensive unit, but if you are able to get them into your opponent's base and he has a few exposed villagers, I think they still don't have the armor upgrade. And looks like I see him just trying to wall them in, but it's not going to work. Yeah, the villagers could actually just fight up against the scouts at it, as again they don't have the armor in. And ooh, not quite over chops. This one tree hit, still on 70 wood. Will the Phoenician bonus of Cool's work against him here? I feel like Cool probably would have seen this by now, though. One scout for ACCM just kind of in no man's land as well at the moment. Another villager going to get caught off here, though, from Cool, by Cool, I should say. That one scout just go down. Did pick up another villager there, though. 8 kills to 5, 21 vills to 19 now. And yeah, the scout's just being very, very irritating. Another villager kill there. Just, yeah, the mobility of the unit makes them extremely strong if you do manage to get like a handful of them out before getting killed. But yeah, Cool in a pretty nice position, I think, now. So losing those berry bush villagers wasn't great, but again, another pick there. There's going to be another one. I feel like Cool, I should say ACCM, being a little bit sloppy with his villagers here. Scouts coming back, though, should put an end. Oh, another villager goes down, though. Don't tell me another one. Okay, finally gets that one gathered in. I think this should be the end of the shenanigans, but after all said and done, 12 eco kills to just the 5. And it gets another one. This is... These scouts have got far too much value. ACCM definitely shouldn't have allowed this to happen. And finally, the last scout does go down, but 13 to 5, 27 vills to 19 now. And the Axis start to push out, and the scouts as well. Probably wants to try and, close that hole up. But potentially, damage may have already been done. Eco for Cool, all set up quite nicely. I didn't see if did he get woodworking during all that madness? Not yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that clicked sometime soon. I was saying that Phoenician's already pretty nice wood cutting, so maybe didn't want that just yet. Few bows getting added in defense, and I mean, ACCM does have a chance to go on the offensive here, but I feel like he's probably not going to be able to get through these walls in time, especially without any slingers, to really pressure Cool too much. And I think probably the Bronze Age is just going to be slowly works to here. And it'd be interesting to see if Cool adds... Oh, well, he's got no stone. Although he's got one villager on stone, apparently. Maybe that was just to add some extra wall sections in. I was going to say maybe add some towers, but like he'd have to commit quite a few more villagers to the stone if he wanted to do that, so probably won't see that. Like I said, I think we're just going to see this food count slowly increasing. Actually, woodworking coming in first for ACCM. As ACCM just clears up that forward stable, which has created the scouts that cause so much chaos for him. And just another granary, I guess, just to get some more farms around that. 800 food now, so we can just see the click from Cool. So this is looking like Cool might be going in 3-0 already. And the best of 9 is first to 5, so I mean it's not all over yet, but this is going to put ACCM in a pretty tough spot. He does have some pretty nice civs still left. Like I said, he still has Lakfia himself left. Both players still have Shang left. Neither of them have used that. But Cool still has minnows for the water maps. I don't know. Woodworking and armour coming in for the cavalry. And ACCM is about to click Bronze Age himself. But I feel like he's got to know that he's slightly behind. I'm saying that, the score is in his favour. I guess maybe just because of the military count. Maybe a slight advantage. I've just got quite a lot of exploration as well. Yeah, maybe that just give me a little bit of extra score as well. But yeah, a lot of villagers on gold and the stables at home. So again, it'll probably be quite similar to the last game where just a couple of cavalry are added in. I don't know. I think ACCM might play this game out a little bit longer. I don't know if we will see the GG straight away on bronze. Like I said, the score is still quite close, so maybe ACCM is like, oh, well, I'm halfway up to bronze anyway. And Persians, yeah, not so strong at this point in the game. The only bonus they really have working is the faster working stables. And Phoenicians still, obviously, the better working woodcutters applies all game. So the pretty nice eco-civ all the way through. The first run of cavalry comes out. I suppose maybe just a little bait on the scouts here. Yeah, the only other real bonus Persians have at this point in the game is on the water maps, which obviously not much water on this map here. And cavalry units going to get picked off, but wheel is in. Although saying that, nobility metalworking already coming in for Cool. He hasn't actually researched wheel, so maybe just forgetting that upgrade for the moment. Probably wants to add that in as quickly as possible. But yeah, just being able to get to the cavalry first is going to be quite nice. Although already might be a villager being picked off. There we go. And so already some cavalry units out for ACCM, but Cool's just going to have the better upgrades with metalworking nobility coming in now. I guess he still haven't clicked wheel, which is a big mistake, but just getting himself set up on the extra TCs for the time being, it looks like. Yeah, I would quite like to see that clicked as soon as he gets the food available. And pre-strat should be made for ACCM. I was going to say we'd be good for ACCM, then we'd go camels, and in fact, Cool is the first to go to camels. I think a slight heal bonus might actually be in play here for ACCM, so I think Cool is probably going to lose this fight, despite the tech upgrade advantage. So maybe not the greatest of fights for him there, as I've just had a slight freeze in my capturage. Hopefully that doesn't crash. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna rewind that real quick. So sorry about that. Don't know exactly what happened with the capture age there. But yeah, it looks like I said, ACCM. I mean, Cool taking a pretty bad fight there onto the hill. And yeah, the Priest will actually be able to heal all these cavalry back up again. And yeah, like I said, the wheel coming in a little bit slow. But Cool is on 4 TCs already. 57 villagers to 41. And Government Centre is going to come up for ACCM. I was going to say, I think probably ACCM needs to play a bit aggressive now, but again, maybe the score giving him a little bit of a false sense of security here, maybe thinking he's in a better position than he potentially is, as Cool's had a pretty decent eco edge. In fact, let's have a look at the stats. Yeah, about 3,500 more resources collected for Cool. And Camels doesn't have the +4 armor yet, but does already have Metal Edge. Nobility is coming in, plus Metalworking, plus Astrology as well for ACCM. So there's Priests. Oh, okay, that's going to be a bit tricky, but Cool already transitioning onto the Chariot Archers, which is a very nice answer to the Priests. Same that, so, oh, I was going to say only a single Priest, but there is actually 3. A couple going forward. We might see a little bit of a fight here. Actually, they just go straight past each other. The cavalry units have very low line of sight. Cool, just going to try and dive in on the Priest here. Does get 1 conversion. Might get another here. That conversion just didn't go off. I've seen sometimes this with Astrology, I've seen like 1 second of conversions, and sometimes they just don't convert at all. It's classic. And I think, I don't know what, I think, yeah, ACCM just clears this up because they're equal upgrades and just has slightly greater numbers there. Okay. Chariots coming in behind this though. It's going to make the addition of Priests a little bit tricky. +4 armor coming in now for Cool. Is that Priest in the open? I don't think he got the conversion out in time there though. Ooh, Camel gets in though. That could be annoying. Okay, 1 Camel to cover off. Maybe picks up 1 villager. We'll see the fight here. Yeah, 1 villager did go down there. It's going to be 1-on-1 only. ACCM is holding for now though. But again, the eco lead pumping for Cool, as he's now on 5 TCs, an extra couple of stables coming down. Like I said, Phoenicians should just have the eco advantage here, although saying that, Cool sat on a lot of wood, so maybe just needs to get a lot more of the farmers out. And he's actually expanding his control over the map here. I'm surprised he hasn't actually taken control of that artifact. I think the bow will claim it now. So he'll have all this space to add more farming eco into. As he tries to balance his resources a little bit. And yep, +4 armor actually coming in for ACCM as well now. So actually, no, not such a bad position for ACCM. It's just like I said, fill count. Otherwise, even more in favour now. I was going to say, I thought it wasn't as much a difference. I checked again. 100 vills now. And this expansion here could be a little bit vulnerable. But it is ACCM with, well, a very slight margin in the military unit count. Potentially 4 camels going to go down for ACCM though. It does manage to run them away. But yeah, like I said, reasonably good early bronze from ACCM, but it's just going to be, excuse me, very difficult to come back from this eco deficit. 15 camels for Chariot Archers. Or just, yeah, camels versus camels for the time being. But yeah, the camels not going to be so great if Cool does manage to get the Chariot Archers numbers up. And it looks like, yeah, just archery range has been spammed. And that eco balance a little bit nicer now. And yeah, 123 vills now already for excuse me, for Cool. As he expands his base even more here. That's one of the things Cool's always quite vigilant about, is like making sure he's actually properly walled up and stuff. A lot of the players kind of do. They'll do some early walls and then they'll just expand. Like, yeah, there's like gaps in the walls in quite a few places now, which does mean some raids can come in. So it's a big battle in the centre here. Maybe some chariot archers get caught out here because there's decent mats of camels. Actually, the military edge is not in favour of Cool, just because he's been spamming those. Priests, hopefully, for ACCM getting nice good versions. But yeah, those chariots just focusing down the priests. Like I said, chariot archers quite easily got with the extra conversion of resistance as well. Pretty nice counter to the priest there. ACCM is managing to chase off Cool here though. I think he should win that still there. And maybe gets another conversion with the priest. That was a lot quicker, that one. But yeah, chariot archer mass though, I think is going to be the big problem for ACCM here. We do see Academy go up, so hoplites. I don't know if I like that so much, and just because of how mobile ACCM's army is for the time being. But it looks like, yeah, just the chariot archers going to clear this up. And now a huge swing in the favour of Cool here. And GG is just called on the spot. I think now, yeah, he's very far behind on the score now. And ACCM knows to call it quits. So yeah, 3-0. Like I said, it was a pretty nice early Bronze Age for ACCM there, as he took, well, maybe Cool took a bit of a bad trade on this like little hill here. We had that early fight on the slight uphill advantage for ACCM. But yeah, Cool just building up the eco nicely behind. Like I said, the Persians, they kind of need to get ahead in that early game. And those scouts getting in from Cool caused ACCM's whole bunch of problems, and he just lost so many villagers getting picked off left, right and centre. Like, I think that 15-6 is actually pretty much all that tool. Most of that's all the tool damage, because I don't think really many villagers. There was like that one more villager that got picked off by a camel, and that was about it in the Bronze Age. But yeah, ACCM just losing all of his Bronze Age army, and he sees the big massive chariot archers there, and he knows his beat. So yeah, 3-0 up already for Cool. So it's looking pretty convincing for him at the moment. And now it's going to be a question not for the viewers of potentially if ACCM takes any games. I mean, obviously he could still win the series at this point, but it's looking pretty rough at the current spot. And what am I trying to do here? So I'm going to go back to the draft. So that was on Alliance. So again, ACCM would have got the pick here again. And so probably see Gold Mountain or Citadel. Like I said, he still has like Fiat left for the Gold Mountain. Just lost on the Persians there to the Phoenicians. The crown for the win. And he's picked Citadel, but again, I mean, Citadels, I think these two are the best civs, and then Greek's the next best. So Cool actually has, in my opinion, all the best Citadel civs. Macedonians can be pretty decent in some matchups. But yeah, again, like I said right at the very beginning, I feel like I just prefer, again, just this Assyrian and Chosen pick. I think gave Cool too many strong civs here. And yeah, we'll see if he can pull it back in any of these games. Like I said, I can't even actually remember exactly how many games were played. So we'll see. Okay, so I guess we'll just get us straight into game 4, which is going to be on the... What map is this game 4 going to be on? It is on Citadel, so I'll just load us into the replay and I'll sort out the draft stuff after the game. But again, I feel like Cool just has the civs, and indeed he picks the Egyptians here. ACCM does have Palmyrans, to be fair. I had counted that civ out, and I think that was actually his last pick. So maybe I spoke too soon. Palmyrans can be pretty strong. Obviously the just 25% faster working villagers is a very nice bonus once you get to the sort of Bronze Age time, because the villagers costing 25 food and more is actually a bit more of a detriment in the early game than the bonus makes up, because like it's a 50% more cost for the villagers for only 25% gather bonus. So it does take a little while for that to actually pay off when you actually start like doing other things in your economy, when you're not just paying for villagers. But like on this map, you normally do get to the Bronze Age fairly easily, especially the Egyptians not very strong civ before sort of like the transition into Bronze Age, as they don't have any Stone Age bonuses. We'll see. Okay, berries forward for both players. Actually, looks like this might be the 2-player map, which if it is, let me just double check. Obviously, this was played ages ago, so I can't do anything about it now. Yeah, so actually, this should have been played on the 3-player map, but it is what it is. I think I guess for Citadels, it probably matters the least, because the point of the 3-player maps was to just reduce the effect of rushes a bit, and you don't tend to see rushes as much on Citadels. You can see the Slinger Rush now and again, but from either of these civs, I'd be very surprised to see that. Cool has this interesting little pocket at the back of his base, a little bit of a smaller space for ACCM in his immediate area, and we'll see if there's any early game shenanigans or not. But like I said, I don't expect anything. I think it'll just be fast bronzes from both players. And in fact, maybe what I will do, I'm going to just take a quick swig of my drink, but I might actually just do a little bit fast forward, which our replay allows us to do. But I'm just going to take a drink first. Yeah, not much tends to happen in the early game for Citadel, so I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. I'll slow it down if someone goes for like a 20 pop up, but at the moment you can see Cool. Oh, it's just never like a sort of half villager ahead, but yeah, both players going over 20 vills. So it'd be interesting to see if the Palmerian players stops making vills at some point, because obviously they're spending a lot more food on their villagers. And looks like Tool Age is clicked for 24 for both players, in fact. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty nice start for ACCM, as they've basically gone up on the at the same time here. And I imagine I'll slow it down to 2 times speed if I can. Is it this one here? There we go. Which is very slightly faster than usual. But we'll just see barracks archery range, and I assume barracks archery range. Market archery range is what I mean to say. Obviously, you make a barracks. Yeah, a bit of market there. Woodworking coming in for both players, and Bronze Age as well. And a little bit more idle time. In fact, okay, so looks like Cool only made the 1 villager on the way between the Tool and the clicking bronze there. I guess maybe just committed more villagers to actually like creating those buildings. And I'll take us back to not half speed, that would be not the greatest, to regular speed as we're about to hit the Bronze Age. Archer, bow and bow combat. I think they will just take each other out. I don't know if the players will try and micro to dodge the last shot. No, just a gentleman's agreement there to just trade their bows. And Cool didn't get much vision from that. ACCM a little bit more, but not a great amount more. Wheel coming in for both players. Wheel coming a lot in earlier for Cool here. Obviously, chariots are much more important for the Egyptians than they potentially were for the Phoenicians in the last game there, as Cool was just wanting to spam out those cavalry in the early Bronze Age. And deletes the storage pit to build a second TC, so he's already got a granary up. Is this just another bow and bow? Man! I can't believe it. Normally what we see is like a mismatch and someone just has the scout and someone has the bow and the scout just wins, but because I guess they're both wanting to go into the chariots here. But that said, maybe as the Palmerians, you want to maybe make those camels go for the fast camels, but camels into Egyptians difficult if they go for priests. But like, if you just go chariot archer versus chariot archer, the Egyptian bonus is just going to give them the edge there. Looks like both players mostly going for the eco approach for the time being, though. So they're both from 3 TCs, and at this point, the bonus for the Palmyrans is going to start meaning much more. So arguably they're going to have the eco lead for the time being. Like I said, Egyptians will have the more powerful chariot units. There's a couple more archery rangers get added in here. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, even in the Iron Age, the Egyptian side chariots are extremely scary as well. So I'm not sure exactly how the Palmyrans do play this. Like I said, the faster moving camels can make them a little bit more of a threat, but like I said again, the Egyptians can just respond with priests. So maybe just camels and chariot archers for ACCM, and maybe just chariot archer priest maybe for Cool, and then we'll see how that maybe works out. But yeah, ACCM are not making any real military at the moment. Still just has that initial archery range, as well as the barracks that you have to be able to build that. Coal mining is coming in though, so potentially we do see the camel play, unless this is just trying to go. It's just going to try not rush Iron Age, potentially. Not sure. Neither player going much aggressive here. ACCM kind of has to get himself on the board. I feel like if you go 4-0 down, that's a pretty rough place to be in as the chariot archers come forward. In fact, some villagers coming forward as well. Normally this signifies a forward siege workshop. Doesn't quite have the wood yet for that, just house for now. Neither player clicking urbanization. I think Palmyrans do get urbanization, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure Egyptians do, at least. And ACCM small walls coming in, maybe just to wall up this area of the map. Town centre goes down on the stone, and medium wall comes in. Chariot archers going to very slowly, okay, I'm going to say work their way through that gate, but then he actually stopped attacking it. It is the siege workshop forward, nobility in as well. Chariot archer and stone thrower. Stone throwers aren't that great of an answer to the chariots if your opponent is attentive. The stone throwers do now resist the attack of the chariots, but it's pretty easy to just dodge the stone thrower stones. If you're not paying attention. There we go. So yeah, it's just pretty easy for the chariots to dodge the catapults is the thing. So ACCM, doubling down on the siege. But again, so the chariot goes down here. The stone throwers are more of just a deterrent than a straight counter. Like, stone throwers are much better into composite bowmen, which obviously move much more slowly, so it's usually, and also they just one-shot compies, whereas especially the Egyptian chariot archers with 107 HP are much more resistant. I guess stone thrower to prevent your opponent's stone thrower could be nice to just try and hold for the time being. We're going to steer the stone thrower micro. It looks like it didn't look like it, but ACCM scoring a pretty nice hit there. Chariot's only going to be able to do 1 damage to the stone thrower, but enough shots will eventually take it down. Temple is going up now as well, so that's going to be maybe another attempt at response here, as it looks like ACCM, like I said, is just going to go for Iron Age. But I don't know if he holds here. Like, ooh. Like I said, stone thrower might come back and forth. Priest's going to try and support this. Priest could just get sniped by the chariots here, as a stone thrower does go down for Cool. So nice trade for ACCM. He's holding well enough for the moment. Priest out first from Cool though. Potentially going to... Oh, it does get a conversion. And ACCM forced to micro in his own base. Does at least kill that stone thrower there. But Cool working his way through the wall now. I think he's going to lose all these villages if he tries to go for this. assuming Cool's paying attention. But yeah, there we go. Chariot's just going to have an absolute field day. 3 villagers, or 2 villagers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man. And I mean, another conversion out on the stone thrower from Cool. ACCM is going to get himself to Iron Age here, but at what cost? 27 Chariot Archers there. The vill count is pretty even still. I mean, all these villages are good to go down again. Yeah, ACCM just throwing anything he can, just try and get those walls to stay up for a little bit longer as he hits Iron Age. Stone throwers are going to create a gap in the wall now, though. And he hits a couple of his own chariots for good measure, but 28 chariots are in. Iron Age finally comes in. Sentry Tower now as well, just to try and muster up a defence. And a Horse Archer is the immediate response. Ballistics, Nobility coming in. But is it too late? Greedy play from ACCM here. Possibly gonna get punished. And yeah, this is not looking good at this point. 6 Horse Archers are out. But again, these Egyptian chariots gonna be pretty tough to take down. 107 health to actually, they've got more health than the Horse Archers at 69. 69, wait, what? Is that noble? Oh, it's because you already got nobility in, of course, yeah. But yeah, even with nobility in. But anyway, let's just focus on the action. 1 chariot being boned down at the back here. But all these villagers going to go splat. 40 eco kills, and GG is called. And yeah, just a bit too greedy by ACCM there now. And now this puts this match point for Cool 4-0. And it's not just a 5-0 sweep, was it? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. That would be a pretty sad way for this game to go. ACCM is a pretty strong player. Quite well-known player in the AoE2 community as well. We'll see if he can bring any sort of comeback here. But 4-0 down. Not looking good. I mean, like I said, he could potentially do the full sweep back, but I think between you and me, it's not looking likely from the current positions here. Then we'll take us. I'll just restart Capture Rage because it's doing the sound bug. And we do, yeah, I'd like to go back to the draft. So again, ACCM maybe not giving himself. I mean, like I said, Palmarines can be pretty good in Citadels, but Egyptian is just very, very hard to beat with the very strong chariots and priests. Just very nice combination there. And even though their siege in the Iron Age isn't great, like they can just, it just doesn't tend to matter really. Stone Thrower can do enough to break down the walls in the Bronze Age. And so we did see Citadels there. So you would expect Gold Mountain to be the pick now from ACCM. So, like I said, he does still have the Latvia left. So he's been waiting all this time to use that map. I don't know if he was just trying to like get rid of another map in the Civ. Maybe he was hoping for Cool to pick Shang already at this point. And both players do still have Shang left over as well. Bear in mind, it's not shown here. And so I expect, I mean, ACCM could pick one of Cool's maps, but again, Cool has Minoans. I guess Cool's used quite, like, yeah, Phoenicians would have been a nice civ for those maps, for the water maps, or like the hybrid maps, whatever you want to call these ones. But yeah, we'll see what happens as we get ourselves into game 5. We'll see if it's a 5-0 or if ACCM can start mounting some sort of comeback here. Gold Mountain is the map that gets chosen. And it is the Latvia finally for ACCM. And it's the Babylonians, so it's actually Cool's last pick. And like I said, I do like Babylonians on some of the closed maps, but they're not so hot on the more open ones. They do get the cheaper market techs, but other than that, the only bonuses they really have are the stone gathering, tower, and wall HP. They do get quite nice +1 pierce armor on their chariots from the Bronze Age onwards, but their tool age, yeah, just a little bit weak, especially compared to the very powerful Latviat. In fact, ACCM has already found both of his elephants there. He's got a nice patch of zebra at the back, which looks like he's probably going to find because it looks like he's just doing a little bit of scouting as he kites those elephants around. But like I said, Latviat very strong on this map because you have a lot of extra berries, the starting berries. Berries here, berries here, berries here. I don't know why I couldn't drag that. I guess I was under the score. Berries here, berries here, berries here. And like I said, they can be a little bit vulnerable to being raided, but if you can keep your berry eco safe, and normally as the Latviat you are normally the aggressor with your very nice early eco bonus as well as your faster working military buildings. And like I said, Babylonians no real early bonuses. You have to get that market down before even getting any sort of bonus available. We're just going to do a little bit of exploring. Maybe ACCM just trying to find some of those berry patches, or maybe just looking for his opponent, to be honest. Obviously, you know they're going to be on the edge of this like ring area. It's kind of interesting because Gold Mountain in AoE1, gold isn't even a relevant resource until the Third Age, so it's actually not very common for the center of the map to be contested because a lot of the games tend to be decided quite early on. As you normally have, sometimes you get a little pocket where it's like quite easy to wall. So this is actually like one of the more closed ones. But like you can see, Cool here, the front of his base is very open, so it's quite hard to actually wall. And yeah, it looks like, in fact, yeah, he says something does look like he's just trying to find his opponent. And maybe, yeah, VNS is just going around the outside as well. Was that little artifact in the middle yet? And let's have a look. 19 seconds idle time for Cool. It's normally quite easy to keep 0 as the Latviat if you just keep 5 or 6. Yeah, normally 5 is just enough with the Latviat bonus on the berries there. Very easy to keep idle time, but he does idle a little bit. Looks like he's trying to go... Ooh, I think that house might have spotted him, but I don't know if Cool spotted it. But it looks like it's going to be an 18 villager up and a little bit of idle time. He wants to click. There we go. So it's going to be a pretty quick uptime for ACCM here. Cool still, again, with, like I said, he likes to stack these villagers in the queue. But like even if he cancels all, well, the 4 of these, so 200, he's going to be a little bit behind on food. So maybe it has a little bit of idle time. Does cancel down to 20. He's going to see this creep up a little bit. As the barracks does now come down for ACCM and the click is in. So this means we're going to have a, let me try and do the maths, 13 plus 40 is 53 seconds earlier tool time than ACCM is going to have 53 seconds earlier tool time than Coolers. Club is already going to come down. Does he go for double barracks here? I've seen some people get a little bit led astray by the Latviat bonus, Civ, and think they had to go bows. Normally the thing I like to see with Latviat is just double barracks and go AXA straight into sling, and that doesn't give your opponents really a chance to respond with anything. And we see AXA and tool working first. Again, I normally prefer the armor upgrade first, and it's going to be the archery range, which I'm personally not a huge fan of, just because this means that like your opponent can respond with their own bows themselves pretty easily. If you go axes into slingers, there's basically nothing your opponent can do. But AXA upgrade and talking is going to be in, but again, the armor upgrade being lacking means that these villagers probably can just kill this AXA hit. Turn around. Ooh, he's going to try to run. Probably should just try to hit the AXA there. I don't know what the animation wind up for the villager versus the AXA is, but I think that's the only way that villager is going to survive, is you just hope your villager hits first. But forward stable for Cool. How is that not being spotted? It does get spotted now. This is him not paying attention though. But I think Okay, axes in on the wood line. Tower trying to go up for Cool. It's going to lose. It's lost 3 villagers already here. Axes on the hunters there. Tower does go up. That's the other thing is if you go slingers, you can't defend with towers really either. It's like 6 or 7 slingers easily take a tower down. And this one horseman, or scout I should call it, is getting some good value. Again, there's no armor in there, so if ACCM was paying attention, he could just bone down that scout. Armor is coming down now though. But still, pretty solid position for ACCM. He has himself set up with the double archery range. Though he doesn't really have the eco to pump from both, he's just making the one bow at the moment. Looks like Cool did go for a bit of a run around, but ACCM is going to see this. But yeah, this one scout in the base going to be incredible. In fact, 2 now. And we saw how many free kills that Cool managed to get to the scouts on the Alliance map. But ACCM a little bit sharper with the garrison this time. But yeah, villagers on the top here going to get caught out though. So yeah, it's looking pretty rough now for Cool. So maybe this is ACCM's time for a comeback. But again, maybe you could argue this is just save advantage. Another unit goes down there. For some reason, they're just having a little bit of a face-off now between. I guess they can't see each other, just out of their line of sight. Scouts still are being a nuisance. Cool scouts. I don't know where the other 2 went. There's one here, but ACCM's walled in his wood line, and archer bows are coming back just to deal with that. A few units on the front, but yeah, this tower, bit of a nuisance. And again, I feel like axes into bows, all you need, like the bowmen themselves, don't do too much. The slingers can't, but GG's just called, and I guess, yeah, Cool knows he's lost a whole bunch of villagers, and he's not getting onto food anytime soon. So ACCM does bring it back to 4-1, and let's see if he can make the 5-game recovery. Trying to wall in the stable there. Like I say though, I think ACCM has. I mean, Cool has all those water maps now, and he has the Minoans left. And I feel like you only have to have one map though with the Minoans. So yeah, ACCM in a very rough spot still, even though he does bring that one home. Like I said, both game players still have the Shang. I was going to say like Viat, but they both use that civ now. But they both have the Shang left. So we'll see. So it was the Latvia winning against the Babylonians. But like I said, that was Cool's last pick, and the Babylonians not very strong civ on the more open maps. And that was the last of ACCM's maps. So yep, Cool gets to pick any of his maps here. And I mean, Minoans is pretty strong on most of these. I think on Conti, I'd actually prefer Yamato, personally, because you can try and do a bit more on the land as well. So, I mean, if Cool goes Conti and picks Minnows and ACCM picks Yamato, maybe you can overthrow the power of the Minoans. But I feel like if you go either Coastal or maybe Ocean Ring, maybe you just go Ocean Ring for Cool, pick Minoans, and I don't think the Yamato is good enough to match up on that map because the water tends to be a bit stronger. So I think that would maybe my call from Cool. If I was in his position, I think I'd probably just try to close it out, Ocean Ring, pick Minoans. I guess ACCM could try and match up with the Shang. Just try to have that eco, but if the game goes long, the Shang are just very, very bad on the water. They don't get the trireme, they don't get alchemy for their fire galleys either. But we'll see if the Cool goes with that play or not for game 6 we're on now. So let's have a look here, and it looks like the map is Ocean Ring. And it is the Minoans versus the Yamato. And like I said, I feel like on Continental, the cheaper archery range and stable just give the Yamato the chance to just attack on the land against the Minoans. But I feel like on Ocean Ring, where control of the water in like fishing eco is a lot more important in my opinion, Cool already going for a dock as his first building. Maybe that's a bit too greedy, and he's not even gone for an elephant yet. He's just going to go for the fishing. Normally we do see the storage pit first, there we go like this, as people grab the elephants first. But yeah, the cheaper docks and the cheaper ships on this map, just very, very strong. As if your opponent doesn't push out in time. This kind of looks like... Is this the two-player map again? Have they messed up? Sorry if I make my thing screech. It is a two-player map again, so that's a little bit... Yeah, like I said, they're supposed to be playing on the three-player map. I think that actually benefits ACCM, just because that means any potential land aggression would be a little bit easier to pull off. Although I still think overall Minoans is stronger on this particular map. It's already going on the fish as well, which means his population, not population, his eco is going to be pretty strong, although it is a little bit pinched for resources right now. A little bit of idle time from both players actually, as they just sort of try to get their ecos set up and going. Yeah, already 3 fishing ships out, 4th one on the way. And this is already starting to look not so great for ACCM for the comeback. Does get his dock up now though, and he will be able to do some fishing of his own. Obviously the Yamato do get the faster working fishing ships, but just having the cheaper docks and cheaper ships for the Minoans means that they can just get onto that water much quicker. Take a quick swig. And just in that moment, I just saw the idle TC time creep up a little bit more for ACCM there. Villager does come out. Like I said, potentially, just because they're playing the 2-player map, which unfortunately they shouldn't have done, the aggression could be a little bit more potent. Just finds an extra patch of berries for now. Sometimes the spawns can be a little bit random on Ocean Ring, although I have had some secret messages in a different stream. Well, not secret, but some people, I think it was Mini Yeti and then Rez, and maybe Bongo as well, had figured out a way to basically figure out where your opponent is on this map based on some features of the map, on how it spawns, how it looks on the spawn, which I'm not privy to that info at the moment, and I don't think a lot of players are. I don't know, hopefully it's not an actual, I don't think it'll be an exploit, I think it'll just be something to do with like the generation, and maybe one of the players just went on the map generator and just clicked loads of Ocean Ring maps. But anyway, Cool, nearly on the 500 food, 21 vils up. And sometimes people go a little bit too greedy on this map, and sometimes people go for like 23 vils and just try to go fast bronze. But if you don't control the water in the early tool age, you do tend to fall very far behind, as you can often get just trapped on your initial island. Interesting that ACCM has this little pocket at the back here, which is quite rare to see. You don't normally have the island in the corner of the map. It's usually along an edge. But again, maybe that some members of the community seem to have some inside knowledge of the map spawns. Either way, 2-8, yeah, 23 vils from ACCM though. Does actually have the greater number of fishing ships here now. I guess, yeah, second dock did come out on the north side of his island. And both players just playing very defensive. Villager, where did that villager go? Alright, just building a dock on this side. So third dock going to come up. Like I said, the Yamato fishing ships do actually gather the fish faster. So once they're up and running, you can try and catch up. And obviously the other Yamato bonus is the higher HP on the ships. So 45 instead of the extra regular 45, an extra 20% health on the ships there. But usually the cheaper Minoan ships just means they can mass those ships a lot better. But you do indeed see 2 scout ships already coming out for Cool, as ACCM only just hits tool age now. And he's having a couple of scout ships of his own. I was going to say it'd be interesting to see if he just tries to go fast bronze, but yeah, another dock. So 4 docks now for ACCM. And Cool actually. Okay, just a market. I was thinking maybe that would have been, might have been a military building or something like that. But yeah, just the market for the time being. But yeah, get artisan woodworking. We're not in the Bronze Age yet. And barracks down. So it actually looks like he was trying to go Bronze Age, but yeah, he didn't have the barracks to build either the archery range or stable. Barracks going down for ACCM. Actually, he's basically in a similar position here. So yeah, market having to be put down. So in fact, yeah, both players look like they're just trying to go for bronze. Scout ship's going to come in though, maybe kill a villager here. And that will be actually 2 villagers. And fishing eco is going to be forced to run. One scout ship coming around the south. Oh, in fact, another one's already here, but ACCM was already ready to receive. Woodworking now coming in for ACCM as Bronze Age is clicked for Cool. ACCM just needs to add in that second building, which is going to be the stable here. Yeah, this is already pretty good for ACCM, getting those scout ships in pretty early. As yeah, like I said, both players have been a little bit greedy, but ACCM being a little bit more active with his scout ships, and he did in fact make more scout ships before he clicked bronze. So actually, the fish Yoko going to be majorly disrupted here. And in fact, this is all of Cool's fishing eco. So this is going to swing. I mean, you can see the score pretty heavily in favour of ACCM already. So I was backing the Minoans on this map, but it looks like, again, Cool maybe a little bit too greedy. Didn't build enough scout ships to begin with. He's getting the numbers up now, but arguably the damage has already been done to his fish eco. In fact, let's have a look. Yeah, pretty significant lead for the Yamato player now. Cool is going to hit the Bronze Age first, but ACCM is already trying to wall up the map here. That's interesting. I don't regularly see people trying to do this. It's actually quite a long way. He's got a wall to really make this work. A couple of the scouts are already in, and Bronze Age comes in for Cool now. ACCM a little bit of the ways off, but War Galley and Wheel coming in for Cool. It's going to force ACCM retreat for the time being. Now it's 11 to 8 ships as well. And Stonewall has to be finished to actually do anything. So it's a little bit of a curious one by ACCM there. Another dock goes up. A couple of fishing ships probably going to go down here. Fishing boats. Fishing ship upgrade not quite in. But War Galley and Wheel for both players. House get picked off. And see if it's just fishing. It looks like it's just remaining. Well, that's the thing, is like Cool's kind of still just on his original island where ACCM's already sort of expanding out. It's trying to finish off that wall here. It might not be able to finish that off if the War Galleys encroach on that though. And yes, like I said, I feel like we're on the verge of something happening, but it's not. Okay, there's a little bit of a battle down here, but numbers advantage, a little bit tricky. There are 7 War Galleys for ACCM there, and like I said, the Yamato ones have a much greater health, so you can actually see a much bigger advantage there. That top bar there is just the total health, and that's the current health when the lighter blue there. Scout on War Galley action, that's a lesser seen combat interaction, and yeah, that villager did get picked off trying to finish off the wall there. And I think numbers advantage here for Cool means he wins this site. TC trying to go down. as Cool tries to push out, and Cavalry are actually coming out already for ACCM. Obviously the Yamato, cheaper stables like I said early on, and also get the cheaper cavalry units. Sorry, I just adjust my microphone there. And is this okay, it's an arch range. I was thinking maybe it was another stable. So this town centre are already being pressured by ACCM. Villagers about the same count, and ACCM has not clicked fishing ship upgrade yet, which is actually going to negate a lot of his bonus. Seeing as Cool has got that bonus in upgrading himself. And another setting error is Rune Victory is about to start working, so unfortunately the player's not setting up the lobby here properly, but hopefully that won't affect. I think that won't have affected the outcome of this game too much. Like I said, the smaller map only really matters for the early rush, I think. Can be a little bit of a fight on the top side here. Interesting that ACCM decided not to take that. Like, we can actually see here they're basically the same health, but you'd maybe assume as the Yamato player you had the advantage. Big engage on top side here though. On the water again as the cavalry still are focusing down his TC, which looks like it's going to go down here. And I think the Yamato HP bonus is going to help him win out this fight here. Reinforcements coming in. It looks like, yeah, just ACCM with a far greater number of docks here. At least working docks. Having the wood eco 30 to the 22. And I didn't see the wood upgrades. I presume it both guards in the ship though. Yeah, they do. And yeah, it looks like ACCM really managing to push this one forward. And TC does go down. Didn't see if the villagers went in it because I was just focusing on the water, but there are 7 eco kills, and cavalry is going to go straight into Cool's base, and that maybe is just the end of it on the spot. Camels actually, no, maybe I call it too soon. Camels are coming out. Storage pit tech's just the tool age tech for the time being. And ACCM could be pushing a lot more with these ships here. Never finished off that wall, but it's not actually going to be relevant. Fish eco going to get attacked now as well. Oh, actually, they're just going to first down the warships. It looks like Cool massively on the back foot. And I don't know what more he can do in this situation. He's lost control of the sea as a Minoan player. And again, yeah, GG called. I feel like Cool just a bit too greedy with his Bronze Age. ACCM just added in those extra scout ships before he went up, and that gave him, well, just let him take out all of, well, most of Cool's fish eco there and get control of the sea early. And well, like I said, Minoans, I feel like should really have the advantage here, but Cool just went for that Bronze Age, and like, in fact, both players did it where they didn't have both the required buildings to go up to the next age in time. Well, not in time, but faster is what I mean to say. They hadn't got the 2 requisite buildings they needed. But like I said, just ACCM managed to gain those few kills on those fishing ships here. And the ones he didn't kill, he did disrupt for quite some time. And yeah, he was just the first to sort of try and push out. And Cool just played a little bit too passive maybe there. And I don't know, maybe just thought he had it in the bag with the Minoans, as I thought he did. But, okay, so signs of life for ACCM here. Like I said, both players still have the Shang left. But does that force... let me just get back to the menu here. Does that force ACCM to have to present the Shang? Because if what am I trying to say here? If Cool picks the Shang and ACCM doesn't, does that just give him enough advantage for Cool to just take the last game? So I will try and get back to the draft here. I'm just trying to think whilst talking at the same time, and it's not working too much. Maybe I should try and do one thing at a time. And we'll take us back to the draft here. Close that little screen there down. So we did see the Yamato winning against the Minoans. like I said, I didn't expect that. Oh, I've not pressed the right button there. But we did see the Yamato win against the Minoans, and like I said, I felt like it was going to be a slam dunk for Cool there. But what civs do we have left? Like I said, not shown here, but both civs players do have the Shang left. It'd be funny if they just neither of them play Shang, and because it's not here, they just forget to play it. Oh man, there wasn't an admin. Maybe there wasn't an admin round when they played the game, and they didn't realise they just both get Shang for free. That would have been funny. But then if it went to 9 games, they have to pick Shang though. So, well, I guess we'll find out then. Like I got 9 replay files sent through from me from Carver, so thank you to him for getting those ready for me. But from what we have left, like I said, both players should have Shang. Then Cool has Hittite and Greek, and ACCM has Roman and Macedonians. I feel like Macedonians maybe can still do something on Conti. Like I said, Conti, the like the main land of it for me is the more important thing. Romans with the cheaper buildings still can do stuff, but frees up a little bit of the wood, lets you get that dock down a little bit sooner. Hittites though have that +1 range on their scouts, and the Greeks faster moving ships maybe gives them a little bit of an edge, and we did just play Ocean Ring. And so yeah, it'll be actually interesting to see. So we have 4-2. I don't know, maybe it does just come back down to like Shang shenanigans though. As I will get us into the replay of game number 7. I can count. Let me have a look here in my replays. Here we go. Let the replay. No, there we go. For some reason, it just kept pausing. Okay, so it is Conti, and we do have the Hittites for. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit surprised Cool went for Conti here. Because I feel like that's probably the map. Like I said, well, actually, ACCM has gone the Romans here, but I feel like that was the map where the Macedonians were still the most effective. And I guess, and Romans still are pretty good on this map as well. Like I said, the cheaper buildings make their Stone Age still pretty strong. It's not as strong as a bonus as it used to be, and not as strong as some of the other civs in the game anymore. That's interesting. Got some fish from somewhere, and we're going for the long haul on that one. But yeah, the Hittites, like I said, the water isn't as important. So the +1 range on the scout ships, maybe not as big of a deal, and also the Hittite bowmen now getting completely countered by slingers, with slingers having an extra pierce armor in the tool age, means I feel like Hittites are a little bit vulnerable in the land on those more open maps. And so actually I think, oh man, this is not good from ACCM. That is bad play. Oh, I don't know actually, let me just go back. I guess he just, he just thought there was a gap there, didn't he? Yeah. That's a bad way to start a potential deciding game in a semi-final. And I'm going to be forced to send another villager out to go grab these elephants. Again, Cool, a little bit slow to the middle, but this is going to cost. I'm surprised ACCM doesn't call a re here. Very surprised. I'm pretty sure they would allow it. Maybe he already had. I can't remember how many re's he got in the best of 9. Maybe had already called a re, and I just didn't get the replay file for a recalled map. But I feel like, I'm pretty sure it's 3 minutes. Oh, he's dropped aggro as well, man. This is all falling apart for ACCM. Like I said, this Stone Age should be much better for the Romans, but I think he's probably thrown away well, he just has thrown away all his advantage by losing that villager there. No two ways about it. I mean, he is still going to get these 2 elephants, which is going to be quite nice for him. But yeah, you don't really want to see that in, like I said, quite a high stakes game. Duck does come down, faces him now. It's actually pretty much only a little bit faster than Cool's. And we a little bit of idle time. Oh no, it's more idle time for ACCM though. So it's just, yeah, he's put himself already in a pretty rough spot. Like I said though, Hittite's not so great in the tool age on the land maps. Well, the open land maps, which like this is still a hybrid map, but again, you are exposed to early attacks on this map here. Potentially, although again, ACCM fumbling the Stone Age probably means Cool's going to be able to get his wall set up like he normally likes to do. There is a villager forward from ACCM, so it looks like he is still going to try and go with the forward barracks. But yeah, lacking a little bit of wood. And Cool just waiting for the 500 food to click up. He's quite a long way off though, so he's actually going to have quite a lot of idle time. But also ACCM equally distant. He does have 3 fishing ships now though. So in fact this is a pretty ugly tool age time for both players here. 67 seconds of idle time for Cool there. And so actually after all said and done, not so bad for... Ooh, okay, was that the villager? Yeah, the villager got spied though. So the forward gets denied. Oh, another villager is coming forward. Barracks goes down in the middle of the map. But yeah, I think, yeah, just a 10-second advantage for Cool and equal villagers, but he would have been garnering resources. Actually, no, because yeah. So actually, ACCM probably is still ahead on the eco. Only very slightly. Only very slightly after losing that villager. But yeah, so clubbers do come down. And Barracks only just coming down for Cool here. So maybe this isn't all over for the push. Again though, I feel like ACCM has the tendency of going Barracks then archery range, which again I just feel like an incorrect play, especially doing that into the Hittites, because you're just asking to get opened up to the Hittite bowman at that point. I feel like axes into slingers is just the best way to go. But just ACCM just doesn't have the resources, and it's gonna. Oh, it's a stable. I was going to be just really disappointed at being an archery range, but it's actually a stable that goes up. So that's an interesting way of playing this. Cool is not making any land units. Oh no, he's finally making some bows now that archery range has gone up. And he's just going to try and wall this off. Like I said, this is the thing I feared, that Cool would just have time to get his walls up that he does like to do in the tool age. I think that is dark blocked at the moment. Here it is. That means the scouts are going to be pretty useless though. So hopefully ACCM only just makes the one. He's queued up another though. And ACCM's just house walled himself for the time being. And seeing himself here, that does actually leave you vulnerable to the Hittite ships. The +1 range allowing you to attack much more of the shoreline with the scout ships. There's the first one. 2 of us come out. I'm just trying to find where those actually are. There's one here. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Cool got the first hit in, so he's just going to win this trade. Looks like he's trying to maybe bait the scout, the ship towards the scouts on the shoreline. 5 fishing ships to 3 though. 1 village behind, but should be a slight edge for the eco still for ACCM. But yeah, just these 2 scouts, that's 200 food, which he's now wasted 100 off, already down the drain. And these axes, not really doing much. And again, the slingers would be much more effective here, as it would actually allow you to attack the walls, and potentially range over the walls as well. So yeah, I'm not really sure why CCM is allergic to slingers, as we see a little bit of the fight at the top here. And Woodworking now coming in. Watchtower for ACCM. I don't know if that's going to be a forward watchtower. It is. This watchtower is not doing anything though, and these bows are just going to deny this. 2 villagers go down. The watchtower's just nowhere. Like, the wood line's here. It feels like ACCM maybe just clutching at straws a bit at this point. It looks like he is winning the fight up here though. But this, what is this tower doing? I mean, he's denying the stone and the gold, I guess. But if Cool has gold and stone down this side if he really wanted it. And like as I said in the game previously in the series, gold isn't even relevant until the Bronze Age. Which kind of, I guess, Cool is working his way towards that. But Hittites don't need gold for their chariots. Yeah, so this tower, I don't know what this tower is. I mean, he's going to probably get... Oh, no, okay, I was going to say he's probably going to kill Bowman if Cool doesn't pay attention, but Cool is paying attention. But it's just going to shoot a house. So maybe he kills a couple of houses. But yeah, this second tower's not ranging anything. Again, I think... woodworking coming in now. So I think ACCM's slight edge on the water still. Despite the Hittites +1 bonus. I mean, Cool could actually just kite this out, but ACCM's managed to close the gap here. And I think Will just easily win this engage now. Does Cool keep microing this, or does he just give it up? It looks like he's going to try to. I don't really know why. I guess he does have the reinforcements coming, actually. That's probably why. Cool knows best. Shouldn't have doubted him. And okay, so yeah, Bronze Age already halfway up for Cool here. ACCM nowhere near. Still only on 5 fishing ships, both players. I guess they're just pumping the scout ships for the time being. Didn't have enough free time. Yeah, these 2 towers just... They've killed a house, and now they're going to kill another house. And now another... I don't get this. These aren't really doing anything. I mean, if ACCM did get to the Bronze Age, upgrade these to Century Tower, and then get the Artisan ship, then yeah, then maybe you are causing some issues. Ooh, and actually, scout ships. I was going to say, all Cool's ecos are already free to do what they want over here, but the scout ships are actually doing some damage now. But I think Cool should be able to just respond to this. And I mean, yeah. So actually, well. I was going to say actually a villager lead, but I guess that's just because Cool's in bronze. And War Galleon Wheels coming in. CCM's working his way up to clicking bronze. Might see a bit of a fight here. And I mean, if ACCM can whittle down the scout ship numbers before the War Galley upgrade comes in, but it looks like he's actually just going to try and focus down some of the fish. And actually, ACCM is going to lose this trade here. And it feels like I said, the scouts... He's made 4 more scouts, maybe 3 more, because I think only 1 scout actually died. But just resources feel like they're just being kind of thrown down the drain here to me. Chariot archers for the Hittites out now, and this is exactly where you want to be as the Hittites in the Bronze Age before your opponent is starting to get that chariot archer mass going. Score is slightly in favour of ACCM at the moment, but I think that's a little bit misleading. I think that's probably, again, maybe just like map exploration at this point. Yeah, because Cool's only seen his half of the map so far. And I think that elephant fumble there, losing that villager, really crippled ACCM's chance to get that forward push going to try and punish the Hittite player before getting to this position in the Bronze Age. Because now, like, I don't think there's much the Romans can do at this point. They don't really have a unit that can match up to the Hittite chariot archer. They don't even get chariot archer themselves. Wheeland War Galley does come in. I mean, it does have 21 scout ships still left, but the Hittites now with +2 range before artisan shipping comes in. Like, Cool's not even got artisan shipping yet, so it could be +4 at that point. The bonuses are big enough that you can just kite out. And chariots coming forward. House wall completely deleted already. 12 villagers hit, completely exposed, unless ACCM will be forced to delete a wall. He tries to build the wall here. Chariots are just going to be able to range over that though. Cool, maybe being a little bit slower. I mean, that's not even fully walled there. Just sending some... It looks like Cool maybe just focusing on setting up his eco at home. 3 TCs. And he's very heavily outnumbered here on the engage. So ACCM should be able to take this fight now. The war galley's in for him. So a little bit sloppy again from Cool. Where did his chariots go? They're over here now. Should be able to just range over the woodline. Nobility coming in as well now. Bronze Age is in for ACCM, and he is going for the Roman cavalry. That's usually their best opening unit to the Bronze Age. But yeah, I kind of don't really feel... Yeah, the extra GC's pumping. These cavalry are going to have to do so much work in this early Bronze Age. Maybe if these war galleys get on the woodline here, though, that would be pretty big. Maybe I'm calling it too soon. Fishing ships upgrade is coming in as well. Well, it's still only 5 fishing boats for ACCM, so that upgrade is not really doing that much. ACCM does have a chance to go in here, though. He doesn't know that... Okay, he sees the villagers now. Villagers going for a run, though. Cool notices it. We should be able to pick a few villagers off here, though. These couple of war galleys here betraying ACCM a little bit. There's just a singular villager, I think that was, went down. Have a little fight on the water here. And so ACCM, like I said, he does have those good number. In fact, it looks like he absolutely massacred some of Cool's navy up here whilst I wasn't watching. So maybe Cool's let this slip on the water. Oh, chariot archers are in though. So, what are those cavalry units for ACCM? A bit all over the place. Let's have a look back here though. Doc's going to get denied. It is 19 kills to 12. We're going to have to go back and see what happened on the water there, because all of Cool's ships got sunk somewhere. But yeah, these chariot archers just being an absolute menace. And do we have the metal working in? Not yet. You've got the armor upgrade in, but that's not going to help against the chariots. Chariot archers, I should say. And yeah, Cool was just migrating more inland. So even though he should really have the edge on water, like I said, Conti, water's not everything. Just trying to get these extra chariots in here. Still not enough cavalry really to hold this. So even though, like I said, ACCM doing a pretty good job on the water here, nobility coming in, and these chariot archers still not really being responded to. And it's 59 villagers to 39 as well now, despite ACCM being on the higher eco kills. Another couple of villagers going to get picked off over here. Although they are quite speedy, so maybe they're just going to dodge all these arrows. But how's that? 5 villagers in the TC there, and all the other villagers having to run for it. You have a stone thrower out, which I don't think's really needed, because ACCM isn't fully walled at the moment, and also he's just not even using it. TC trying to go down, but I don't think that's ever going to go down for ACCM there. And 33 chariot archers, still only 5 cavalry. And it just doesn't look like ACCM has the food eco to keep those pumping consistently. Just a little bit of an engage here, but I think even Cool has the hill advantage there. So another few cavalry units just going to go down. And yeah, ACCM managed to get hold of the water, but like I said, water not as important anymore as the villager eco, down to 26, 25 now. And I think this is going to be the 5-2 to Cool. which means he will advance on to the final. And if you want to check out that final, you'll have to check out the archives for that as well. No spoilers for that one. But yeah, I don't see... fairly sure this is going to be the last game of the series, and that the last two files were just dummies. Unless I've just called it way too soon and I've spoiled the final. Well, spoil who gets to the final. But I don't see what ACCM does now. Like I said, he arrested control of the water. I'd be interested to see what happened to that ship battle, so I will show that at the end. Because I feel like Cool did have like about 15 ships, so that must have been big battle there on the seas. TC is going to go up, but still only 2 cavalry units to 31 chariots. Stone thrower is out, but again, stone throwers, especially against the Hittite chariots that have the extra +1 damage, they do 2 instead of the 1 damage normally. Stone thrower is just going to be completely useless here. And ACCM has actually managed to pick up a few Cool's villages here. But I think, I mean, Cool's actually housed. I guess all these, yeah, these war galleys here picking off all the houses on the shore. So Cool, sorry, needs to get some more houses up. And again, I've not seen either player click urbanization this whole series. I don't know, like, if they just don't know it's a tech or. There we go. Finally gets himself unhoused. Cavalry maybe going to pick off some units here. Yeah, I feel like this is just like the dying grasps of ACCM here. He's only on 12 villages now, 5 fishing boats, or ships I should say. Like I said, it's kind of weird that he went for the fishing ship upgrade when he was only on 5 fishing ships. Like when he got control of the water, maybe he could have added in more fishing ships there. Yeah, maybe not making the most of that. And yeah, I kind of feel like there's not much more to say. He's trying to go for some raids with the cavalry here. But stone throw and the siege workshop here. Maybe he pops those both out when he gets to 2. Extra TC gets caught out though. 7 villagers in there. He's only got 12 left. He's finally adding fishing ships now. A little bit too late, I must say. Arsenal ship only just coming in now for Cool though. That's a little bit sloppy. Especially because he's been on Chariot Arch this whole time. And, I mean, Cool should probably just focus down this TC. I'm not really sure why he's not doing that. I think he probably thinks that ACCM is on more villages than he actually is, just because, like, the score's a lot more even than maybe it probably should be. I guess, like, the KD is still pretty equal. It's maybe why the score's still equal. Like I said, I think that is that big battle in the water that I think I missed. That's making that score seem a little bit more even than it should be. It's going to be a few kills by the cavalry here, but yeah, it's not going to be enough to turn the course of this game here. And even fishy, I don't know exactly why Cool's just not finishing off TCs here. With this number of chariot archers, it won't take him that long to kill a TC. And maybe just these villagers. Okay, Cool's just watching the TC. We're just taunting your opponent at this point. Is that what's going on? Looks like he's just trying to micro up here. And then looks like the computer control, or the attack stance control I should say, is just taken. And then GG, there we go, GG's finally called. Yeah, again, stone throw is just not a very good answer to chariot archers, so kind of a waste there. And yeah, like if I go back, just these towers, just complete waste of resources, in my opinion. They weren't really doing anything. Really just slowed him down. Again, maybe if you double barracks and add slingers in there, maybe you could try and pressure before the Bronze Age even comes in. Looks like the battle was up here actually, so let's just have a quick look at that. Under this, we watched this battle ages ago, so this can't have been it. Maybe just Cool never did build those numbers back up again. Let me just check. Because I feel like we watched this. But Cool is still making ships here. But yeah, just bigger numbers advantage there. I guess he just never got the mass back up again, by the looks of it. Yeah, just never got the numbers back up again. Fair enough. And yeah, it's like as soon as these chariots were in, I think that was pretty much the ceiling of the end of the game. It went on for a little bit longer, but yeah, like I said, sea control doesn't really matter if you've lost control of the map completely on Conti. And yeah, I mean, I guess we can go all the way back to the start. You can see the real moment of truth, which is this one here. Like, obviously, it was easy for me to say, like, a huge blunder, but, like, I guess when this is all the map you see, and you're maybe looking at something else, trying to sort that, and you just, I don't know. Yeah, just a little bit sad. Maybe that cost ACCM his chance to win this game, and his potential chance to come back in the series, but again, I feel like the forward play was a little fumbled. Again, like if he didn't lose the villager, maybe this is a bit quicker and it's a little bit more effective. Like his villager got caught as well, didn't it? Yeah. Like you can see that's going on there. So yeah, just a little bit fumbled. First villager getting caught. Second villager has to come forward. And then the stable when Cool's already up and he's already basically fully walled. And then the towers, maybe it was just because he had the villagers there and he thought, stone, screw it, towers, why not? But yeah, a little bit sad. Cause it kind of felt like at this point, yeah, like I said, when the Hittites get to Bronze Age, it's always going to be really tough. And I guess congratulations to Cool in this game. And like I say, if you want to see the rest of the tournament, you have to check out the highlights, because actually the final has already concluded as of the time of this recording, and Cool is in that final, as we now know from this series here, but you'll have to watch that to find out. So thanks for joining me here, for those that did want to check out the full VOD of the semi-final game here, and cheers for watching, and I'll maybe catch you on Twitch again for one of my other casts soon, so I'll see you guys later.